All right. How's everyone's weekend?
Good one. So,
Yeah, it's good. Mine was right.
absolutely. It was a dip with my hearing aids in. That wasn't fun.
You did what, sorry?
Jumped in a pool wearing my hearing aids.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Whoops. After the stream, Haydo, if you've got 5 minutes, wouldn't mind picking your brain about something.
Yeah, sure. No worries. No problem.
Nice.
Morning, Don. Morning, Mahi. Dan. Alrighty, guys. So let's have a little peek. We finished Friday with a bang. So Marcus just rallied and rallied and rallied and rallied. Ever since we had this initial little pullback. Was my pen? Where is that pen gone? Over here. Okay. So price pulled back. New York session just non-stop, just insane. So all equities based on the biggest mover was Nvidia, but we just seen S&P hit a record high. Nas was just bonkers. So straight up, and then overnight, over weekend, we pushed up another 95 pips in the Asian session. And then since then, we've just been fell into a holding pattern. So all of these equities, all these US equities at all-time highs, German 40 is on its way up. I've got a couple zones that I'm looking at. So on the 4-hour chart, so this was the area, this was the little range that I had, this guy. And then price on Thursday and Friday was sort of peppering it, and eventually it broke in, and now since then it was a quick run up to my next zone that I had. So all of these levels I had already flagged. So last week. So now it's kind of annoying that this happened. Like, how can you trade this? How can you trade something that's closing inside there at nearly 6 p.m. UK time? The last 4 hours of the trading session, and then it gapped up over the weekend, and then just Asian session just continued to push. Anyway, the next area I had was once we can eventually break past this line, then we've got another clean run up for another 70 pips, 76 pips. So have we just pulled back with the Frankfurt Open, and now we're going to push cleanly? It's tricky because trying to find an entry into something that is so bullish, so high, like I want to buy it, but I don't want to buy it. I don't want to buy it over here, yeah? So I don't want to sell it necessarily because it's bullish. So trying to find the entry is the tricky thing here, but we'll give it the best shot. Yeah, until then I'm just going to see what London Open brings in 20 minutes time. A pullback would be welcome, or I think I'd have to wait for a second break before we can push up over here. So yeah, we're kind of in a holding pattern for now. Haven't had to change any lines, any zones. So just to be clear again, this area was my 4-hour zone but looking at on the 15-minute chart, this was the 4-hour zone where a lot of trading took place. Then price did break out underneath, and now we're back up, held across this level a few times, and then eventually we broke up into it. Okay, so the next area that I see, if we are going north, breaking above this area, going up, is just this area. I reckon there'll be some issues. Okay, so you got little rejections. So conservative easy range is obviously this area to this area. So that's a very easily tradable area. Just got to find an entry to get in. So that's for German. For NAS, I'll talk about NAS in the US session. I won't talk about it here because I really want to see what London session does. But how can you never sell a high, like an all-time high? But now we're well past that all-time high again. So there should be a sell-off coming, but you know, you don't want to sell something looking like this without a good confirmation. So I think what I'd like to see for New York session, I'd like to see London just push up. I'd like to see London push up cleanly. If London pushes up cleanly, I think US will likely do something like this. I think very much so. So that's what I'm waiting to see what London session does, because that'll give me some good information. If London does this, then for New York session, I'll really have to reassess some levels to see if London's going to drop down further, or is London just going to do a, New York, I'm saying. New York drop down further, or does New York just do a straight recovery? So I really want to use London session as a data point for NAS. Gold now. Gold, I've been seeing, look at this. So on the daily candle, I have to go turn the slide off in a second. It's very bright. So, okay, gold, when I've been seeing candles like this, okay, when we see a big candle, it's a pretty sizable candle, the body's around this equivalent of the wick, like well, this half. If you broke this candle in half, the bottom wick and the body close around halfway. So not that I'm bullish on gold overall, but I really like this 2000 level, and we pretty much got there on Thursday, and then Friday recovered. Sorry, Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday recovered. So really nice opportunities midway through last week. When I've been seeing candles like this and we've been breaking the low, sometimes we've had a much bigger correction afterwards. So look at this one. So quite similar candle, and see how we broke the low. So this candle has a potential to push down again to retest this 2010 area based on these candles. You know, I like to do a deeper analysis than that. But we do have quite a bit of news this week and next week. We've got a lot of news actually. So these kind of candles have been peppered around there, there. So I'm assuming that maybe we're going to have a bit of a bearish day on gold before we start pushing up. We shall see. Obviously, there's a lot more examples than those ones that I pointed out. Some even on pound Aussie, some on these currencies, but seems to be a thing lately. So we shall see. Looking ahead to the news. Oh, what have I done? B4. Forex Factory. Okay, so no real news today. Tomorrow we've got yen interest rates. Then we have on Wednesday we've got a lot of euro news, a lot of PMI news. Canadian interest rates on Wednesday. We've got PMI, PMI for US as well. Thursday we've got euro interest rates. So you can see that this how price sets up is going to be very interesting with euro PMI into euro interest rates, and then Friday we've got the Fed's preferred inflation measure called PCE, and then next week's the big one. So next week we'll just skip ahead to Wednesday. So Aussie CPI, Euro CPI, US non-farm employment, ADP, then we've got the US interest rates Wednesday evening. Thursday, we've got English interest rates, or pound interest rates, unemployment for US, and then on Friday, we've got NFP. So massive couple of weeks ahead of us. Because we've got FOMC next Wednesday, I believe we should be coming into the Fed blackout period pretty soon, which is welcome because these Fed speakers, these guys, they love to come on unannounced. So January 20, oh, they are on blackout. Cool. Blackout means that they're not allowed to, that you won't hear from any of these. You won't hear from Powell. You won't hear from his second lieutenant, his third lieutenant, all of his army of hawks and doves. So none of them can come out and chat. So you won't see any of these unannounced speakers, I should say, which should be nice welcome change. Okay, so let's just check the Asian session as well, financial wrap. So I like to use Financial Juice to give like a very easy, quick to the eye rundown. So China's struggling to reopen their economy. Their Hang Seng is dropping massively. So one way of measuring China's business activity is looking at their air quality and like comparing it to other times. And their air quality is, not gonna say it's great, but it's a bit clearer than other active periods. So you can see like the business activity is not as productive. It's been a pretty accurate measure by all accounts. Okay. Yeah, it dropped to like 3%. Who is it? Richie, isn't it? That trades in the chat, in the YouTube. If he caught that sell. All right. Well, there we have it. So for me, on German, it's going to be wait and see. I want to see what's going on with this level, because right now it's right at the area. It's really sensitive area. I put in, is EP Manny here? No, he's not. But this was that Tokyo fix price that we're discussing over the weekend. All right. Well, I'm going to turn the light off because it's bloody bright in here and it's windy outside. We're in that awkward period right now with the UK where it's lighting up at between 7:30 and 8. Too dark for no lights, too light for lights. But I have to bear with it. So give me a minute.
Hayden. Hi, Hayden.
Yeah, mate.
Just on the 4 hour,
Yes, sir.
you see that if you squash it down a little bit, there's a descending trend line from the high on the left through. Yeah. Do you take any note of that sort of thing?
Not overly.
Okay.
But it would be nice if it did break that trend line to go up.
Yeah.
It'll be a technical indicator. Technical indication, rather. I would love to see it bounce from here to go down, because it's a really awkward being at this point. Really, really awkward place. I feel like there's more, there's less risk in the US market right now. With all of these, with all the US caps, stocks, all really on fire, except for Russell. But all doing really well. So I know German's got a high correlation with it, but perhaps there's going to be a little bit more of a sluggish response in the European equities. But it's going to be interesting. So I thought Euro was going to, I thought the ECB were going to be a bit more dovish, and then last week we had Holzman speak twice and Vagel speak, and I think one other person from the ECB came out and made comments, and they were quite hawkish. So this is what led to a lot of this push down before late in the week it recovered. But what initially pushed price down on these speakers were pushing back on rate cuts this year. So inflation in Europe, I think they're kind of leading the race as well. Inflation is coming down harder, and also productivity is coming down harder. So they're kind of like the closest to being in official recession. I reckon they're in recession now. And when the economists look back on it, and because they always date the recession, you know, they don't tell you when you're in recession. They find out when you're in 2 quarters of recession. They'll say, oh, you were in recession. So they'll backdate the recession start date, and they'll probably find that we were in that recession already. So, or this Europe. So I thought they would be a bit more, to boost optimism, I thought they would be a little bit more dovish. So sort of being a bit more transparent of rate cuts. But they pushed back on that. And then some of them said, so Christine Lagarde came out, and there was a few comments made. One of them was that that rate cuts, it's pretty much the same narrative that the Fed have been dishing out. That they haven't really spoke about rate cuts. Rate cuts this year is too early to say. But then the next comment was, we may cut rates by early summer. And it just didn't make sense, did it? Like, they're basically saying it's too early to say, and then they kind of give you a time. But it was still a little bit later than what they expected. Later than expected. So the markets reacted that they were quite hawkish. So we're really going to understand, they need some more information. With the PMI figures coming out on Wednesday, I believe the decision for this interest rate decision is already been made. But the PMI, if it comes out and it's like a sea of red, then that's really going to put pressure on the ECB to cut rates sooner. So I think I really want to see those PMI figures come out to really see if German is going to go and attack the all-time high again. I reckon if PMIs is red, interest rates will probably, most likely, I'd say you've got a 75% chance that they're going to be held, probably even more. Yeah, probably 90% actually. But it's more the press conference 30 minutes later, if they give a little bit of forward guidance, that maybe on that, after the press conference, we could see this all-time high being hit. So maybe the first few days, I really don't want to think that the first few days are going to range, because a lot can change between Wednesday and Thursday. Price can go all the way up here, then all the way back down before then. So I don't want to say there's no volatility, but I don't think we're going to have like a clean move until after Thursday. So for now, I'd really love to see price come down. Like, I really don't want to buy here. Like, I agree. Who was it? Quantum Indices saying can't buy it and can't sell it. So where it is right now, unless you're like a hyper scalper. If you're a hyper scalper, you're looking for 10 pips and you're seeing like little reactions and bullish candles and this kind of stuff, sure, go for it. But like I'm trying to get one trade which can go 50 pips, and I don't think I can get an easy clean 50 pips above here just yet, especially not before the London Open. But I do like this level. To once we can break above, that this can be a tradable range. I really like that this zone. It's just about when do I get in it, because if I get in the trade here and price comes down, stops me out, and then goes up, then my timing was off, but my direction was right. If I wait for price to be here and get it on the way up, then my timing was right and my direction was right. But here's a tricky level, especially entering pre-London. So we've only got a few minutes to wait. Okay, what are your guys' thoughts? Any ideas that you're looking at?
No.
To come back to that?
I can't help but see that.
Mm-hmm.
Just me out a little bit. Where's the previous London high?
It's way down.
Um,
So another nearly 40 pips underneath that. No, sorry, only 20 pips. It bounced off the euro high already.
I know, I was watching it, but I didn't catch it.
Mm-hmm.
Fidgeting with other stuff. Yeah, I like your grey box. The lower one.
Yeah.
We've broke out of that range, so it would. I don't know. London's been fooling everyone lately, so I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of would like to see it. Well, I just want to see a clean move some way. Because it's going to be much easier if we see a clean move. If we see a clean move like this, then it'll be easier to look for those longs. If we see a clean move up, it'll be easier to look for sells.
So, yeah. But the areas that you would think, I don't know, so close to breakout now.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of
Ooh,
is it that day? Yeah, I think it was this day when Euro was quite bullish. It's obviously got some differences, but London just didn't break it, didn't have anything, and it sort of just made lower highs, and eventually like it led to a deeper retracement, and then it was a late move, and that's what I kind of want to see. I kind of want to see after this push up, London just not really do a lot, but slowly sink a bit, because then I reckon that would have an easier time selling it down if London's a little bit slow. So
Euro's moving.
this 30-minute just flipped.
Yeah, it's come back to that imbalance.
That was all in the 1 minute basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe this is the pullback to go long.
Yeah, that's what I was about to suggest. It just broke that trend line. Oh, I want to join to. It broke that very, very quick drawing, that line. Just, I reckon it's coming down to here. That's the Asian 50%.
All right, this London Opens is here, so I've got to get my terminal ready. Successful behavioural intervention, so I didn't take a trade because I didn't have the terminal open. Oh, now it's live update. Holy.
Yeah, mine went to do that this morning.
Yeah, I got a reminder to do it, which I don't normally get, but it came up on my actual phone as well, saying reminder to update your desktop. Okay. Dave, how are you?
Good. I got 2 long positions. I couldn't get to the session on Friday because I had to drive back from Toowoomba late, so I went long for the low of the market. So that's well in profit. I just
Oh,
put
yeah.
a
Nice.
long on before, so I'll see how it goes.
Very good. A nice hold from Friday.
Yeah.
Really good. Pleasant to wake up to that. Gap up,
Yeah,
basically.
exactly.
Okay.
And I was down the coast on the weekend for a graduation. Sunday morning, I went for a walk, sort of like Southport Spit. And who did I bump into? The treasurer, Jim Chalmers.
Did ya?
He was jogging the other way. We didn't stop and talk. I didn't say hi, Jim. He just jogged past.
Need some hot tips on policy.
Wow. Give him some advice on tax.
Yeah, they'll know the ins and outs of that. Okay, I'm just going to flick over to all charts. Okay, so 30-minute bottom left, 3-minute bottom right, 5-minute top right, 15-minute top left. Pretty bumpy last like 7-8 minutes. Down 28 pips, back up 28 pips, down 28 pips.
Well, bouncing off this structure here.
So the thing that concerns me about any longs is that Monday, the Asian session, there's no bottom wick basically. There is a little wick because we gapped up, but basically there's this New York session and this Asian session right on top of each other. So that makes me nervous about any longs that can survive any pullbacks, because you would think the probability is that we make a new daily low. So any longs from here can be short-lived. Alright, keep an eye on this 5-minute candle. Breaking below that. Down to the Asian low. Hey Tom, how are you? Okay, let's go, come on. Johan, retest of Friday's NY high. Yeah, that's where I'm looking to take it down to. If it bounced down, I'm not sure where I want to buy it from. The grey zone's appealing. That would be at 16,610. All right, come on. Little order block over here. Like to see it just keep on passing through it. For that, we need to close inside it. Yeah, nice bounce from that order block.
Pulled up that fair value gap beautifully.
Yeah.
Just Come back up on the 1 minute. Are you on one? You got ones on? No.
No.
There's a nice bearish engulfing candle up the top there that it's just came into its wick.
I'll have a look. 1 minute. This one. Oh yeah. Yeah.
$38 degrees in Brisbane today.
Yeah, I've seen it's been hot. What's Thursday? Is it Thursday and Friday? It's hot in Sydney as well. It's still like 40 degrees, 41.
It was cranking yesterday. It's cooler today.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a bit of a summer breeze going over here as well today. It's windy as hell. It's 7 degrees. Last week we had a lot of the time there's a puddle that was on my deck. I saw it was frozen solid. This looking scary if it breaks above now. So it was a nice little move after this candle breaking the low, but this order block, man, any chance for support in this bullish run, it's just holding price.
You able to shrink up your price on the 15 for me, mate? Yeah, we had a zone marked out, but it'll bounce beautifully off of as well. Because I only had that there because it lined up with that fair value gap.
Oh yeah.
You can end up with some of that move, but not all of it.
What's everyone's consensus? What do you prefer to be looking for, buying or selling? If you had to look at this chart.
This little move here is a bit concerning for sells.
Both ways are concerning for me. Gyro, you buying? Yeah, naturally I'd want to buy.
"30 minutes looking beautiful."
Yeah.
I was hoping a deeper pullback though.
Joseph selling just on technical. Yeah, the only thing that I don't like is this Asian session, the low. But there's been actually a couple times, like, so this one basically opened, went straight down, never came back to retest it, not for days. Tuesday did the same thing. I think that was Tuesday. No, wait, sorry. This is Tuesday. Tuesday straight down, Wednesday straight down. Thursday, oh, there's a bit of a range. Then we just launched. Friday, took out both sides. So it's not in the realm where it can't happen, that we can't just open and just go straight up. You know, it's actually happening a lot more often than usually would. But this is what I'm wondering about, whether it does something like this, that it pushes up into a correction. So either way, just be quick. You know, take profits, take partials where you can. Don't hold on to anything for too long, I don't think. Unless you can get your risk completely out, then maybe just let it run if you're looking long. So we've got like these two candles together, look scary. So lovely bullish engulfing, followed by another lovely bullish engulfing. So this looks like it can pop now. Joey looking for it to pull back to the Asia low. Yeah, I was kind of waiting. I wanted to see this gap kind of filled. Really wanted to see like it pull down to this area. I think that would have been really nice. At least to this area, preferably this grey area. To see it like reject. Once we're underneath this grey zone, we've actually got quite a lot of clean traffic to keep on falling. Anyway, let's have a look around the grounds. Nas doing nothing still. Yeah, gonna wait for NY session for that one. Let's check out gold.
Not much. It's ranging.
Right, so looks like Euro's the best bet. Oh man, computer's slow. There we go. Gold. Oh, nice candle though. If this 30-minute candle can close, breaking above 2024 again. So we've got a sense of the level across here. Yeah.
I was targeting that. I've just closed. It's just
Oh, Don's asked, how do you taking partials on MT5? Sure, you go to modify position. You right click on your trade, modify position, and then you can change your lot size, and you go to market execution. So modify position, you get the pop-up window that comes up. Change the modify position to market execution, and at that stage you'll have your lot size that you're currently open. Just change that to a portion of the current lot size, and then execute order. Alright, German's threatening a breakout here. Kind of keen to sell this thing now. If we're
10 pips.
If we're breaking under 16,685, yeah, if we're closing back underneath this thing, I'm going to sell. I'm going to sell down to the Asian low. Something like this. I'll keep my stop fairly tight. So I'm banking on this being a fake out. Yeah, I agree, Chris. Asian session's been insane. Really disappointing waking up and then seeing Asian session move so much. Especially when it moves in like a very rapid state, like here. Like it's basically just like 1 hour or even less that moved, and then the rest ranged. That makes it even more awkward. Do I trade quarterly theory? No, I don't use it. I don't use quarter points. It's given everyone a real good look of a breakout. Interesting that's hovering around this Tokyo fixed time. Okay, so if this 3-minute candle can close, it's creating that resistance. All right, let's go, boy. Dan, 4-minute you're looking at? Oh yeah, the liquidity candle. The body looks a little bit small, doesn't it?
It was a nice rejection though.
Yeah, from the Asian high. This is a little resistance on the 15-minute on the Asian session as well. So
Yeah.
these two candles, this one closes below, like it doesn't, it's a rejection wick because it broke the high, but it couldn't close above the high. So it's like it's not a very clear one, but it's still a rejection wick. You see how these ones broke the high, but they still closed higher. Broke the high, still closed higher. This one broke the high, but closed lower. You're not sure if like that's not really a strong confirmation just to go on something that looks like that. But then we've got a follow-up candle. This one broke the high of the candle to the left, and this one was bearish engulfing just about. So this is an area. This is a potential resistance. And we've taken the high, Asian high. So we know there's liquidity being grabbed from the Asian high. So at this point, I would like to see price breakdown. If it breaks above, then that resistance can easily become a launch pad to launch up. So it really depends on what your bias is. That's why I asked, what's your bias? If you don't have a bias, then just trade carefully. It's much easier to trade if you're like, look, I'm confident in a direction. Well, maybe you don't have to be confident, but I want to go this direction and I want to execute on price action that I see that supports that decision. Okay, come on. Let's break this low. Gold looking, keep an eye on gold, cool. All right, let's go, boy.
Just broke out of the range.
Where'd my trade box go? Oh, here it is. Why is it not on the other ones? No sync.
Oh,
There we go. Just wanted to close there now. It's a long wait, this 50 seconds. A 3-minute closed below. Don, yeah, I'm in this trade.
that was my
Chris.
CP. I was just pushed up.
Alright, 4-minute close, nice. So now I just don't want to see a fake out back up. Ivan went with 3-minute anticipation entry. Up here, yeah. Very nice.
The 1 minute confirmation entry just happened just now.
Very nice, Ivan. Excellent. Oh, I don't know what I did, but that's because now that support that I drew, the resistance that I drew. Oh no, I drew it with zoom. That's why. I was wondering why that one also, but I drew that with zoom because it wasn't a TradingView drawing tool. All right, the hardest job for me now is not to do anything. I'm gonna get a coffee. How about that? I'll be back.
coming.
All right. Needless to say, don't let this become a loss. Okay. Depending on where you got in, should be easily up at least 1 to 1. Or at least running 25 pips in profit. If you got a best entry, if you anticipated the move, you'd be up well more. Okay, I'm going to secure some. And then see if we can let the runners do their job. Once again, I couldn't find a suitable entry for a sell on the 5 minute or 1 minute. I feel your pain, buddy. I feel your pain. But looking at the way that the candles close is one thing, but also being able to visualize how the candles are closing based on the way the higher time frame is moving as well. So that's what I was saying. I said up here, I said this, it's giving everyone a real good look for these breakouts. A real good look. Okay, so we're dipping into this thing again. It's time we close inside of it. Don't want to see fake outs. I just want to see price just sort of crash through it. But because it is such a bullish trend as well, is that my sells, I'm a little bit more aggressive with the trade management. Okay, bearish FEG formed at 5 minute. I'm looking for the bar to close to confirm the FEG, and I'll wait for the retracement, but the retracement needs to happen before the Asia low is hit. Okay, that makes sense. Beautiful. Now this is the area that can be dangerous, because now, given what London's done, I'm pretty confident that the Asian low will be hit. It's just I don't want to see the euro low bring price back up down, because that sucks having to watch that happen. So it'd be nice if it just gives us a gift and falls, but make sure that this doesn't end up, especially doesn't become a loss after bouncing from this level. Really protect your capital, guys. So make sure it's risk-free. Cool. Alrighty. How do you guys go? Who's taking this?
That was a good session.
Awesome, Daniel.
I closed one of my longs for a profit, and my one from Friday is still running. I'm going to let it run. It's well in profit. So
There's a good chance that it survives, Dave. That one from Friday. Very good chance.
stop loss is down about 16,600. So
Oh, don't say that. The market maker might be listening.
oh no, so 16, no, 16.
Yeah, your
16,500.
Isn't
Yeah,
your, but your
16,500.
stop loss is at 17,000.
Yeah.
Got quantum views on 6 chart layout, 1, 3, 5, 15 hour. Tell you the 10-second chart. Okay. Dedicating gold, didn't get on German. Jim had a week off trading. How did everything go well? Is it you recovering nicely? Any complications?
Yeah, it all went fine.
Awesome.
Just got to keep the foot elevated, which made trading a bit painful, so I didn't bother.
Yeah. Oh, Rani, you took it. Great, good stuff. Yeah, I figured that that was your partner. Initially, I was like, "Hey, who's?" Oh, I was like, "The Danica." Yeah, that's right. That's Rani's wife. Garinda took it. Jim got it. Daniel took it. Beautiful. Yeah, it looks like 30 pips. 30 pips. Tiny runner. Awesome. Good job, guys. It was a good session. Ivan got it up here. So Ivan, you're at 50 pips now, basically. Yeah, beautiful. Good job. Alrighty. Well, I am gonna keep going with my Zoom peoples. So YouTube, I'm gonna shut it down, give my computer a little bit of a break. It's a little bit stressed out. I can feel it. It's actually keeping me warm. It's like my little personal heater on in front of me. So Zoom people, stay on. We'll just keep watching the charts for a bit. It's only early days. Okay, YouTube guys, YouTube fam, have a fantastic session. Okay, the rest of you, to keep your risk low, like I say, is one thing to make money. The second thing is to hold on to it. So if you're taking it, make sure no matter what happens now today, if you're in profit and you've made a win, is that you don't finish the day negative. Okay, if you want to risk more, risk profits, risk a percentage of profits, but make sure you finish the day in front. Okay. All right. YouTube, I'm going to sign out. So Zoom people, stay on. But YouTube people, good night.